Hello guys and welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix, joining me is Rapid, and we just saw game 1 between NetWars and ReV.
Yeah, really cool game. I mean, it was PvP, but Katrina's super interesting map. It's not so interesting when you fight low ground versus high ground, so that was a little rough. But
Yeah.
otherwise, NetWars dominating as you are used to seeing. So they're up 1-0 coming in here to game number 2.
Yeah, now that's game number 2 should be an interesting one as well. We actually have someone who has appeared a little bit previously, according to this, but I don't think I've seen this guy's name, so I think I think there might be a bug in the overlay again, but it's all good because he may have actually played for SKB, possibly, if I think about it. But let's actually have a look to introduce who they are. So for NetWars, we're going to have the BSL King himself. Now it looks like Clan ReV's shirt is falling victim to my chroma key. So last week last week they had the mini shirt, but this week they got the fully black shirt. But either way, Zero, an awesome guy for the StarCraft community, just recently had his tournament sponsored by Blizzard. So BSL back again. It's actually going on right now. You can actually join that by making an ID BSL5- whatever, and then you can join the ladder on the website and have some fun. But Zero doing pretty well so far in his STPL games. He's only actually played one CBT so far, and he did lose that one, so gonna be his chance of redemption here. And TheCamper, one of the debut players in round 3 for Clan Revolution, not really too sure on how he is or what his playstyle is going to be, but I'm kind of interested to find out as they move on to your favorite map. It's Sin Peaks of Baekdu, or Shin Peaks of Baekdu, I can never remember how to say it, but it's a pretty cool map. We've not seen a TVZ here just yet. By modern standards, you would say this map is pretty Terran favored, but there's still a lot that Zerg can do on it.
Yeah, Shin Peaks of Baekdu it's really cool. The boxes in the middle are by far my favorite part because it functions a little bit like kind of the ridges on Gladiator or Heartbreak Ridge, where in order to move in a seemingly easy direction, there's no like choke points or anything like that, but it's up and down and up and down. It can be really crazy. So lots of different attack paths, tons of resources. I mean, it is still a mineral. It's not actually a mineral only right in front. So you've got, like I said, tons and tons of resources. You don't have to like skip a base if you're looking to do that. So yeah, a really cool map. I love it. It is Shin Peaks of Baekdu because the S is an SH sound when it's in front of an I in Korean.
Okay.
So a lot of people add the S in there, but yeah, it's just the new the holy peaks of the Baekdu mountain range.
Cool, well that's going to take us into our second game, learning a little bit of Korean geography there. It's NetWars versus ReV's TheCamper. This guy has actually got his clan tag in the right direction. Oh no, he hasn't. It's just my overlay doing it for me because I didn't want to deal with that. But either way, going to be pretty cool. So let's head on into the game and let's see who's going to win our second game. And starting us off here in the 2 o'clock position, we do have the Green Zerg fighting for NetWars, currently up 1-0. It's Zero.
1-0. Indeed. In fact, there's 1-0 here. But then there's also his opponent on the bottom left-hand corner of Shin Peaks of Baekdu in the ochre. This is TheCamper.
Okay, have you been looking at like a color chart or something? I've never heard of that color before in my life.
Dude, you know what color 0 is?
Seafoam green or something?
No. This is actually, so it's not just green, it's chartreuse.
Wow. Colors, man. How do they work?
I was in a super fancy whiskey bar the other day, and there is a whiskey that's named chartreuse, and it was way up on the top shelf in this like exactly that color green box, and I was like, oh, I wonder what color shirt, and then I figured it out. So it was fantastic. But now I know the color of Zero's drones.
But do you know there's an 8 racks coming up at the Natural of the Camper? It's
Dun,
not
dun,
super far
dun.
away, but I actually played against Zero the other day on ladder, and Zero plays a little bit greedy early on. Maybe he won't do on this map, but he has skipped out on a 9 pool, so maybe this 8 racks could do a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, he's going 12 hatch, so that's going to be coming down here in just a second. And if he goes like 2 hatch before pool or something crazy, then that could obviously be really, really bad. Obviously, 1 drone to scout, 1 to make the 12 hatch, and you know, Overlord popping up. There's still no pool kicks.
Yeah, still no pool. This is getting more and more dangerous. Of course, he doesn't have the money for that just yet, but the drone is going to move in exactly the same time as the Overlord, so I almost feel like this drone is a little bit redundant in this case, but he will manage to scout that the Marine has popped out already, so he should know there's an 8 racks, and we see the spawning pool go down immediately.
Yeah, I don't get why you drone scout on this map. It's a very short map, and your Overlord can absolutely get there. In fact, if this wasn't an 8, if this was a proxy 8 racks or like BBS or something, the Overlord guaranteed finds it before you really want to scout, especially if you're doing 12 hatch. So he's gonna pull the drones. I don't think he pulled enough.
Well, it's only 1 Marine at the moment, so...
Oh, okay, so he sent the SCV around from the other side for some reason. Usually you want the SCV with the Marine to protect it.
Well, he gets a single drone.
Yeah, but he kills both of the Marines, so that's actually the huge victory. Sacrificing a drone sucks, but as long as you don't fight the SCVs straight up with your drones and pull them back, you can actually buy quite a bit of time. And I mean, 1 Marine is just not that much DPS. So the big thing you want to delay now is the bunker from coming up. And it does look like he's pushing the camper back far enough to where this is not going to be as easy as you would imagine.
Yeah, now the one thing I did see from a tutorial from Hire at one point on his YouTube channel a long time ago is that he said as long as you get about 2 or 3 drones, you are kind of ahead, but we did see a lot of SCVs being pulled there. He did lose his Marines as well, so this is definitely a benefit for Zero. We see a 1-1-1 behind this, so the camper going into his factory. But the trouble is, his factory isn't going to be ready for a while. There's Lings out on the map, and there's only a single Marine to really help defend against this. And I don't believe that's going to be Ling tight.
Yes, it's definitely not Ling tight, that's for sure. So Zero lost 2 drones, but he had a 12 hatch, so that's a pretty economically greedy build. So the larva count's not going to be something he has to worry about. Oh wait, maybe that is. No, there's no way that's Ling tight.
Oh wait, yes it is. Yeah, it is. Sorry, my bad. Depot above barracks is definitely Ling tight. I wasn't too sure about like depot, but it looks like that's going to work out. Either that...
It's the map architecture on the North Depot that looks a little bit shaky, and then in between. So yeah, not used to walling on here, but yeah, it is Ling tight, so that's going to be a good hold there. But what is this? Kicks. Why is there a hatchery at the what are we calling this? 8 o'clock base.
You know what, I think the Zergs have all been working together in STPL. They're like, where can we proxy our hatcheries? Like, where can we hide them? Oh, the Marines have actually been sent backwards to try and kill the Overlord. Gonna push it away. There is finally a Vulture here though. Oh, this is a risky lift, but looks like Zero's not paying attention.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, if there had been 12 Lings sitting out front his front, yeah. In the what do you call that? There's like a British word for the porch area, right?
It is a porch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think there's an Australian word for the porch area that I don't remember, but it's super weird. You'd never actually call that, and like nobody actually uses that word. But anyway, it's there. And if there had been 12 Lings there, they would have just run in, and maybe even the Vulture wouldn't have been enough, because these are very, very scary Lings. But we've already got lair kicks. We've got a Spire on the way.
Yeah, we do now. Camper actually went to the top left to scout out for a hatchery, but little does he know the hatchery is a little bit closer to home. Now, we do still have Camper on 1 base. He does have a Wraith out, which is going to be able to take down at least a couple of Overlords before this Spire is coming up. And we do have a Command Center coming in behind this as well. Now, we don't see any... okay, we don't actually see... I need to turn off friend notifications. Apparently they turn back on. There we go. We're going to see Starport and Engineering Bay coming up now with the control tower, so should it work out?
So the word I was thinking of was veranda, which just actually, I mean, why
I've
no.
heard that
Anyway.
in English before as well, in Britain.
Yeah, but it means something different in English than it does in Australian. Like Australian,
Yeah,
it's like the porch area, but a veranda is like actually like a building of wood. Uh,
like a
so yeah,
gazebo.
yeah. Well, not. I don't even know. Anyway, we're getting a little bit too far away from the
Yeah.
game. Kicks.
The
I
Wraith,
wouldn't want to do that.
the Wraith moving
I
in
would just
to the natural. Gonna take out one drone at least in the main. Could
yeah,
possibly get
yeah.
another drone here as well.
But Kicks, like Zero has an obscene number of drones right now. He has so many drones. Like you look at his like proxy third, it's also just building nothing but drones. Like he has so many drones. So it's
Yeah.
just like I don't know. Yeah, this is it seems to be a common trend with Zerg games nowadays. Just tons and tons of drones. And realistically, even if you get a Wraith into the mineral line uncountered, there's no Hydra. Like the number of drones you can kill is just not that many because it just takes so long.
Yeah, now we have got Lings spreading out onto the map. The first Vulture finally does go down. The Hydra's getting their dinner for this evening, but the first Mulus are out. A couple of the drones that were kind of a little bit idle even before have finally started mining, so it's going to be up to the Mulus to try and put on a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, the proxy mutas, and it's so hard to micro. Okay, he does need an Overlord now. He probably should have known that ahead of time. He doesn't actually have. Oh yeah, he does. Okay,
Yeah,
wow,
he's got
that's
one.
perfect in time. Okay,
Yep.
but he only does have one. So let's see. It's only 2 Wraiths, so I think he should be able to kill both of those before the Overlord actually does very much. But should be noted, this is going to be going up to a full control group of Mutalisks, and because they pop out so close, you know, they're going to reinforce pretty quickly.
Yeah, and he's even got the third gas mining. Looks like he is going to try and take down the Overlord, trying to make use of the Wraith micro there. Really, really good job by the camper, actually. It's so hard to micro Wraiths like this, and he's doing a fairly good job.
Yeah, he's microing right in and out of the detection range of that Overlord. That's something that, like, I doubt very many players actually know exactly what that detection range is. So he's doing a really good job. Unfortunately, he's run out of energy on one of his raids, so gonna have to work on that one.
Yeah, now that was actually the Overlord actually getting a little bit too close to the turret. They're gonna be taking down the second one, still alive, but that should actually give the camper an idea that there might be a base up there. Looks like he's gonna send the Wraiths over there to have a look, and he's gonna spot that there is a base. He's gonna be able to attack some of the Hydras, but the
Wait,
Mulus
why are the
fight.
Hydras moving? Oh, I think he's just gonna bust in here. I think
Yeah.
this should just be absolute busterino. It's bustin' time. I guarantee you, Kicks. Bustin' definitely makes Zero feel good.
Yeah, the funny thing is he's actually got 2 bunkers, but he only has 1 Marine right now. Now the Wraiths coming back in to try and help defend against the Mulus, but the Wraiths, or the Mulus, are not going to be the problem here. It's going to be the Hydras. They're moving on down. The second couple of Marines not in the bunker. The SCV's not in a position to repair, and there's a vessel here, but it's not going to help too much. And the bunkers do go down. The nice irradiate actually on that bottom Hydralisk, but he's just got no units to hold on anymore.
Yeah, I probably should have clicked the Muta, but yeah, tons of damage from the Irradiate. There's just nothing else to actually deal damage. There just actually are no units for Camper.
Yeah, no, I mean, he did kill all of Zero's drones over there, but GG. And Camper taps out and Zero takes the game.
Wow. Okay, that's gonna do it. Really interesting game. I would say that even though there was a little bit of damage done from that 8 racks, I mean, Zero just like macroed like a god, and there was no punishment. The only opportunities to punish off of that build would either have been really getting a lot of drone kills with a Wraith, which just takes a million
Yeah.
years and was not very feasible, or that one Vulture that he had out on the map getting into an undefended base. But Zero had enough defenses back at home. That proxy hatch is just like that's the Zero play. Like I can feel that. That's the little Zero style. If you want to add a relevant meme to that, it would be like the one where the guy's like sprinkling salt with his arms. Like that's what Zero brings to this community, along with supporting the tournament structure and
Yeah.
allowing for prize pools for each and every one of us out there. So yeah, wow, great win. Net Wars up 2-0.
Yeah, they are. That's going to take us over the intro, and we'll be back with the third game just after this.